Discover some of the best breathtaking man-made lakes in the world. Here are 20 among the best ones. Have you visited any of these lakes? Lake Powell, United States. When it comes to picturesque artificial lakes, Lake Powell, which is shared by Arizona and Utah, is hard to surpass. It's an incredible area with its wide blue waterways, natural dams, bridges, and canyons carved into red and apricot rock. When the Glen Canyon Dam was constructed across the Colorado River in 1963, the lake was subsequently formed. It is the second biggest man-made lake in America, and Rainbow Bridge, the largest natural stone bridge in the world, is its most well-known feature. Lake Argyll, Australia. Lake Argyll, a sizable freshwater lake close to Kununurra in Western Australia's East Kimberley area, was created by damming the powerful Ord River. When flooded, it becomes Australia's largest freshwater reservoir after being filled in 1974. It has grown to be one of the most popular tourist destinations in the remote Kimberley region thanks to its stunning bays and inlets and abundant wildlife. It's alive with fish, birds, rock wallabies, crocodiles, and wallaroos. Kielder, England. The Kielder Water in Northumberland, which has a 27-mile 43-kilometers shoreline and a maximum depth of 170 feet 52 meters, is the largest artificial lake in Northern Europe by volume. Additionally, it is encircled by the largest working forest in England, a refuge for native species covering over 250 square miles, 647 square kilometers. Otters and the endangered water vole, which were reintroduced here in 2017, are found at Kielder Water and Forest Park. The largest conservation salmon hatchery in England is located there, where young salmon are grown before being released into the River Tyne. Lac Saint Croix, France. The second largest lake in France is Lac Saint Croix, which is located at the bottom of the massive Gorge du Verdon, a steep canyon created by the Verdon River in southeast France. Even though it may be artificial, the sandy shoreline, great for picnics and sunbathing, and limestone cliffs give it a realistic appearance. People are frequently playing around on rowboats, paddleboards, and kayaks. Lusatian Lake District, Germany. Recently, Lusatia had a slightly different appearance. Around 120 mining pits and a hive of heavy industry dotted the terrain, as part of a significant effort to turn the area from an industrial eyesore into a rural retreat. These holes are currently being filled in. The Lusatian Lake District, which includes a network of lakes, sandy beaches, woodlands, cycling lanes, and vineyards, will be Europe's largest artificial lake district when it is finished. One of these is Lake Geierswalder, which is known for its eye-catching floating dwellings and is already a popular destination for tourists and water sports. Derwent Reservoir, England. Walkers around this enormous inland pond in Derbyshire are awarded with breathtaking vistas of the Untamed Peak District. It is one of 3 reservoirs in the Upper Derwent Valley built in the early 20th century, along with the Howden and the Lady Bower. The Lancaster Bombers, commonly known as the Dam Bisters, used these 3 man-made lakes as a training ground before their famous Second World War raid on German dams. Buško Blato, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Buško Blato, one of the biggest man-made lakes in Europe, is located close to the Bosnia and Herzegovina-Croatia border at a height of 2,350 feet 716 meters. Its name means mud or swamp, and it was built in the 1970s on farmland. Due to the abundance of fish in the picturesque lake, including the European chub, minones, and catfish, fishermen enjoy fishing there. And in the summer, swimmers swarm to its warm waters. But throughout the winter, it can get quite frigid at this high lake. Lake Jocassee, USA. Another man-made marvel that shows natural beauty isn't always preferable is Lake Jocassee in South Carolina. This reservoir, built in 1973, receives cool, pure water from rivers in the Appalachian Mountains. The coastlines are mostly uninhabited and feature hidden coves, rocky outcrops, and waterfalls. The Cherokee name Jocassee, which translates to Place of the Lost One, only heightens the mystique of this stunning location. The 7,500-acre reservoir features a few small islets and drops to a maximum depth of about 300 feet 91 meters. Lake Sidney Lanier, USA. Beautiful lakes may be found all around the state of Georgia. The majority of them were made by dams. The largest reservoir in the state is Lake Sidney Lanier, which was built by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in the 1950s. It's one of the most beautiful places with waters sourced from the Blue Ridge Mountains, and it's only an hour's drive from Atlanta. Fortunately, there is enough room for everyone because to the 1,110 km, 690 miles of coastline, it has campgrounds, cabins, a resort, 10 marinas, play areas along the beach, hiking trails, and a water park. Lake Plastiras, Greece. Thessaly, in mainland Greece, is home to Lake Plastiras, a popular destination for hikers and outdoor enthusiasts. The area is surrounded by thick forests, the Agrafa mountain range, small rural communities, and monasteries. It's difficult to imagine that this picturesque lake at a high elevation hasn't always been a part of this stunning scenery. But the reservoir was built in 1959 after a dam was built for irrigation and power. Lake Mead, USA. When the Hoover Dam was built in the 1930s, Lake Mead, the largest man-made lake in the country, was created. The massive desert oasis not only provides water to Las Vegas, but it also serves as a huge boating, sailing, and fishing playground. A bird's-eye perspective of the lake helps to give an idea of its size, and boat tours of the lake typically allow visitors to get up and personal with the enormous Hoover Dam. Mare Oxvagoas, Mauritius. For their fix of water, most people head to Mauritius' whites and beaches, but the lush island also features stunning inland rivers, waterfalls, and lakes. One of them is in the southeast at Mare Oxvagoas. Built in 1885, the sizable reservoir is a lovely, serene location for a picnic and stroll around the neighboring forest and the Grand Basin, a spectacular natural lake that emerged inside the crater of an extinct volcano. There are hiking and horseback riding trails. These are the most breathtaking waterfalls on Earth. Lake Bokoti, Hungary. Hungary's Lake Bokoti is a well-liked summer vacation destination, especially with fishermen. It is famous for its charming stilt villages. The lake, however, remains open throughout the winter because to the region's brutally cold temperatures. This is due to the lake serving as a cooling pond for a power station that pumps warm water in and removes cool water. Periyar Lake, India. The Periyar Lake is located in a wildlife reserve in Kerala, southern India's Western Ghats. The reserve is home to elephants, wild boar, and a few Royal Bengal tigers. Boat safaris on the lake are frequently very popular, but for guided walks into the nearby park in search of the elusive tiger. The British constructed a dam across the River Periyar in 1895, which resulted in the creation of the lovely lake. Norfolk Broads, England. It might surprise you to find that the Norfolk Broads are entirely artificial. Research conducted in the 1950s found the walls of the deep lakes were vertical and did not softly slope, as one might anticipate from naturally generated rivers, leading to the discovery. The lakes are thought to have been accidentally formed in the 9th and 10th centuries when people started excavating for peat, a natural fuel, and the excavations became flooded. It finally produced a sizable network of lakes and rivers that is today one of the most well-liked boating vacation spots in the UK. Lake Abraham, Canada. The impressive Abraham Lake, located in the Canadian Rocky Mountain foothills, was created in 1972 as a result of the Bighorn Dam's construction. The flow of rock flour, a sediment that gives the waters a deep blue hue, makes the water resemble the same color as other glacial lakes in the area while being man-made. Frozen patterns can be seen below the surface throughout the winter. The pockets of methane that resemble jewels are actually formed when dead plants and animals descend to the bottom and are eaten by bacteria, which subsequently expel the gas. Blue Lagoon, Iceland. Iceland is home to many incredible natural beauties, but one of its most famous attractions, the Blue Lagoon, was created by humans. In reality, the neighboring power plant's effluent is what gave rise to the geothermal spa's mineral-rich formation in 1976. In the early 1980s, people started taking warm baths and learning about the benefits for skin issues. In 1992, it was formally opened to the public due to its high silica concentration, which reflects light. The lagoon's distinctively blue waters are a result. See more of the vibrant location on Earth. Lake Kariba, Zimbabwe. The Kariba Dam was finished in 1958, creating the largest man-made reservoir in the world. Lake Kariba. The waters extend between Zambia's and Zimbabwe's borders, spanning a staggering 2,085 square miles, 5,400 square kilometers. Large portions of crucial wildlife habitats were submerged by flooding while it was being built, prompting a dramatic rescue effort to save more than 5,000 animals from drowning. Still visible sticking out of the water are hundreds of dead trees. The lake is currently a well-liked spot for safaris and bird watching, and crocodiles abound in its waters. Lago di Campo Stodo, Italy. In the rugged Gran Sasso and Monte della Laga National Park in Abruzzo, there is a picturesque body of water called Lake Campo d'Osto. In order to create a water reservoir that could be utilized to provide hydroelectric power for the surrounding Bomono Valley, an artificial lake was created in the 1930s. The picturesque lake, which is surrounded by a system of hiking paths, is a well-liked destination for campers, horseback riders, bikers, and pedestrians. The lake in Central Park, New York, USA. Central Park in New York City was a vast area of uncontrolled swamplands until the 1850s. The region was famously redesigned by Frederick Olmsted and Calvert Vaux, who added trees, wildlife habitats, lawns, promenades, monuments, and, at the center of it all, the gorgeous main lake. The lake is now a well-liked destination for boat rides and an urban haven, with the Loeb Boathouse, which is presently closed, offering rowboats or gondolas for rent. Around the water, egrets, herons, and loons are frequently seen. Did you know that these lakes were man-made? Thank you for watching. If you have reached it this far, do not forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more interesting facts about the world we live in. We will see you on our next video.